Right. Last time, if I remember correctly, Homeboy got hit by a fucking car. Let's talk to Craig. I don't really know what we're supposed to be doing.
Today is December 22nd. Just 3 more days until Christmas.
Uh, One, it's fucking September. Second of all, we watched that guy get hit by a car. You're like, 3 more days until Christmas.
I mean, honestly, a mood.
What am I supposed to be doing? Let's hit the map. Right, we gotta go to the flower mansion or whatever it was. Something wrong?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was wool gathering.
You were what?
I'm sorry, what? I think it means collecting his thoughts.
I see we've arrived at the Melody Flores residence.
Let's
Quite
Google
impressive.
it.
But that's to be expected, considering that she is still the majority owner of the Flower Cybernetics Group, despite
It
retiring from
means
day-to-day
daydreaming.
operations at the
So,
company.
close.
I wonder how she and Hayden first began working together. Sorry, back on task. Is there anything you'd like to know before we head inside?
Alright, you're not gonna give me shit this time? Give me a rundown of Flower Cybernetics.
Flower Cybernetics was established in the early 2000s by Melody's mother, Antonella. It started out developing cutting-edge medical tech, including advanced prosthesis and nanoparticle diagnostic and treatment technologies.
So it's not about flowers.
They were vastly successful when they perfected the first synthetic nerve mesh, allowing direct connection and control between the nervous system and a cybernetic prosthesis.
Hey,
Sounds...
Antar.
What?
Your webcam is frozen on stream like it was doing last week.
Well, let's fix that. It did that last night too.
Yeah. Do you think it's your webcam or do you think it's something else?
I don't know what it is.
Mm-hmm. There you are.
I don't know why it does that, but yeah. So it has a direct connection between the nervous system and the cybernetic prosthetics, which means it's really fucking hard to do. Because most people don't know this, your whole entire skin is like an organ, and in order to have a direct connection between like the nerves and like that is really hard to do, seemingly impossible at the level of technology that we're at. I think. So yeah, that's pretty impressive.
The majority of their early projects were defense technologies for the American military.
Insert shock here.
Yeah, I mean, half the stuff we have as consumers is because of the military.
Developing ruggedized military prosthesis for use on injured soldiers, and then eventually electively for special forces. This research line culminated in the development of brain-controlled androids as shock troops, long since barred by international law.
Brain-controlled androids as shock troops. Interesting.
Melody took over the company from her aging mother, and she fought against developing further military hardware from that point on. She pushed the company to use the BCA technology for the company's original goals of medical advancement, as well as developing the first direct link virtual reality implants.
Okay, so what I'm getting from this is that Melody is basically Tony Stark, but except with medicine.
Yeah, pretty much.
The company is largely.
I mean, Tony Stark could have been Tony Stark with medicine if he wanted.
Legislative movement against extensive cybernetic use, especially brain implants.
You can tell me about Melody.
Not a whole lot. She's largely private, in contrast to her mother's penchant for courting a media circus.
Interesting.
Several biographies of former Flower executives show her as intensely passionate about demilitarizing the company to the point of absolute viciousness in the boardroom.
Wow, okay.
But it's been a long time since her days of fighting for the company, and she's since stepped away from the helm. There's talk that she's lost her spine in her old age, but
Oh, I thought he meant literally. I was like, what?
No.
well, I'd take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah, if
She
Turing
may have
doesn't believe
retreated
it,
from the
then
corporate battlefield, but you don't change the entire direction of a company as large as Flower if you're a quitter.
Yeah. Especially if she went at it with viciousness, as he says.
mm-hmm.
Stay on your toes.
At least not without intent.
Right.
He did, and I can't shine much light on that. I know that System 1 worked with Flower to help develop the first operating systems for the direct link virtual reality implants, so perhaps it happened during that time. Also, Flower eventually went with a different company for future models of the implant, but there was never any public talk of a personal falling out between the heads of the companies. I'll scrape the mesh for more rumors, but they'll only be that, rumors.
Fair enough.
I can do my best to parse fact from fiction, but it blurs too much for me to be sure what's real.
Oh, wow, you sound almost human. Let's go ahead and...
No time like the present, then.
You can ring my bell. What the fuck?
Hello?
Hi, is Mel... It's a bear, Turing! I don't even want
I
to
don't
know.
even want to know. Okay.
Well, he left the door open, or she, or them.
Your guess is as good as mine. Mine says we can go in.
I mean, they left the door open.
Should we?
I don't think we have a choice.
Oh, wow. Swanky.
Swanky.
What? I have been trying to increase my usage of colloquialisms.
I don't think anyone says swanky unless they're trying to use colloquialisms.
Is swanky too out of date?
Yep.
Say swanky.
It's certainly
Huh?
before my time.
You say swanky.
No.
Yes, you do.
I may have said it like twice, but that's because I was in the mood to say swanky because of this particular song that uses the
Whack.
term swanky.
Whack.
I don't use it in my everyday vocabulary.
Oh, Ms.
Well, you
Flores.
should.
Excuse us for the intrusion.
I say
My
swaggy.
name is Turing, and
Same difference.
Oh, I know who you are.
Why? How do you know who we are? Why is there a giant bump? Oh, okay, no. That's a flower pot, I think.
Yep.
I can explain. I know you don't like Dr. Fairlight very much, but I assure you there's a situation.
Fairlight. I didn't realize Hayden's research had become a charity case.
Damn.
Interesting. So she knows a lot more about Turing than we thought she did. So maybe we could actually get some information from her.
Though I suppose little boy Yannick will throw money at anything that raises his profile on the mesh.
Wow.
Wait, you know Hayden? Also, we actually only just met Dr. Fairlight yesterday.
Was that really only yesterday in game?
Yeah.
Oh, that's too bad. Now Pat won't have to eat you.
The bear's name is Pat.
I get a feeling she's talking about the cat dog right there.
Still concerning.
No, it's Pat. It's the bear.
What?
Though I'm not sure your gears would have been good for his digestion.
No.
Actually, madam, I'm not comprised of gears.
It was a joke.
Well, either way, he's on a diet.
That is a
And
good
he
one.
doesn't seem too happy about
How
that.
I lead my life. Sometimes you eat the bear, and sometimes the bear, well, he eats you.
What the fuck are you talking about?
She
You
sounds like
understand?
Rapunzel's mom from Tangled.
I haven't seen that movie in a while.
You should, it's a good movie.
Not really.
Yeah, me either. Me either,
I
Turing.
don't have all day to entertain you, Turing, nor your new friend. Not even for Hayden. You don't have time to waste if you're going to find him either.
How much do you know? What can you tell us?
Right.
Hi, Pat. So, Gurren stuff? It's a cat. It looks remarkably bored at all attempts at a conversation. Yeah, that sounds like a cat.
If you were one of Fairlight's worker bees, you wouldn't have made it through the door. So why are you here to badger me about poor Hayden?
Yeah, that's a good question. Turing, why are we here?
You have me at a disadvantage, Ms. Flores. You seem far ahead of us on this matter.
Just call me Melody, darling. And of course. But I'll share a secret or two with you.
I have so many questions. Do you know what's happened to Hayden?
I wish I didn't. Maybe you don't want to either.
That's vague.
Please, Melody, any information you might have.
That was my dad.
We haven't had access to any of his research notes, and couldn't track down any collaborators he may have been working with. Perhaps if we know more, we might be able to nail down a solid motive.
Well, I don't know if I can speculate on that, beyond the usual corporate infighting. Not that Parallax is known for that, of course.
Okay, so we know Parallax is involved, but we already knew that. How involved are they?
We had been catching up recently, and he mentioned feelings of being watched. He started to worry he had been discussing your development with the wrong people. When he stopped returning my calls, and now that you've shown up with a total stranger, it becomes clear what happened.
I see.
That boy
Can
is
you
stressed.
tell us anything else about his disappearance?
Do you blame him?
Of course not.
Oh, I'm afraid not, dear. I've been around long enough to know what's coincidence and what isn't.
So she's just smart, is what she just told us.
We were hoping you might be able to shine some light on my origins. Fairlight mentioned that you had worked with Hayden in the past.
I see Hayden didn't neglect curiosity in your personality makeup. Well, you and I haven't properly met, but considering how often Hayden badgered me for design schematics of Flower's latest neural implants, I might as well be your aunt?
I was gonna say godmother.
I mean,
We'll go with that. I wouldn't mind being an aunt, even to a blue-headed robot.
That's racist.
I'm touched, Melody.
Well then, I'm willing to answer your question.
I wanted Turing to
For
say,
now.
thank you, Auntie Melody. I really wanted it. How did you help Hayden with Turing? What's the story between you and Fairlight? I think that's everything I got.
Indeed, I don't see the connection between your company and Hayden's research into machine sapience.
Oh, Hayden wasn't researching machine sapiens. At least not primarily.
What was he researching?
Not to diminish the importance of your creation, Turing, but it's best you know the truth. Hayden is mainly interested in developing a way to transfer human consciousness into a machine matrix.
But why?
So, immortality.
I mean, I guess?
That's the only logical reason for that is immortality.
You can see why neural implants would obviously be an integral part of that.
Yeah, that makes sense. But why did he want that?
Oh, I didn't realize.
Restraining development help with digitizing the mind.
The concept of transferring the human mind into a computer has been an attractive goal for decades. Functional immortality is a powerful lure. The brain is an immensely complicated machine, and even though we know the right buttons to push to make pictures show up, we still can't replicate the entire thing as a technological construct.
Interesting.
Even with the virtual reality implants, we're really just relying on the brain's ability to make sense of nonsensical signals. So Hayden decided the best way to make a machine more like the human brain would be to work in the opposite direction.
So he decided to build a robot that seems human and go from there. So in order to make it, okay.
It's like starting a maze from the end.
Instead of mimicking how the human brain worked, he started writing code that mimicked the functioning of the human mind. Think of it like convergent evolution. Two species adapt in similar ways, but on completely different continents.
So humans.
Hayden is a crack programmer when it comes to information collating. It's why Parallax hired him when they did. So he wrote a bunch of self-modifying learning algorithms that were, frankly, baffling and let them loose. Poke and prod them here and there to make sure they value the same things humans do.
Interesting. So Turing, do you value the same things humans do?
And we eventually end up with you, Turing.
Interesting. Hayden never revealed any of this to me.
Well, why would he? That's kind of like saying, hey, your existence is cool and all, but you're meant to be a matrix. You're meant to be the in-between line of human immortality. It's kind of messed up.
I imagine he's pretty tight-lipped. You were the first prototype he considered a real success, and he was afraid of contaminating your development before he had a chance to make good observations.
Interesting. Can you elaborate more on your involvement? No, let's talk about Hayden.
I didn't say that. Hayden was quite interested in Turing, even if he is just a step to further research.
Okay, well that's good. For Turing, at least.
In fact, he was preparing to publish his findings involving Turing, and I know it's going to make one heck of a splash in the scientific community. See, the most impressive part about you, Turing, is that you're surprisingly stock.
Does she mean like off-the-shelf stock?
I think she means like generic, yeah.
I assure you, Melody, my construction involves only the latest and greatest
He got
evolved
angry.
prototype technology.
Well, yeah. It's almost it. That's basically me calling you basic.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're not off the shelf, but you're still just a souped-up ROM, more or less like every other one out there.
Wow, so rude.
I mean, is it rude if it's the fact?
Is
Your
it a fact,
personality
though? Because how
algorithms
many
are
times have you
impressive,
said now
but they don't
how
require
human
some new
Turing sounds?
space-age technology to work.
Say that again?
How many times now have you said how human the Turing sounds?
Sure, but it's not hard to sound human. We can do that now.
Eh.
Do you see how many times I turn around and talk to my Google? It's not hard.
Hayden is going to propose that human consciousness transference does not require special brain-like hardware architecture, but merely the right software wrapper to interface with the hardware.
Okay, I was actually going to suggest that earlier. Because if Turing, I think they speculate that that the human brain can hold a couple terabytes of, and I think it's terabytes of information. So as long as you hold the right like software and everything to make that, and hold the right operating systems like teraflops or to process all that information. Teraflops is such a funny word. As long as you have all that, the ability to do that, I don't think the human brain is theoretically that hard to process. It's just the software itself to be able to do that. So, well, again, this is sci-fi stuff. It's not like this is fact, but like in theory.
Much like how you function.
Actually, I want to be frank on that. Let me see. How much information can a human brain? 2.5 petabytes.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Okay, petabytes, 2 terabytes. Okay. So a terabyte is so 1 petabyte is 1,000 terabytes.
Okay, that's a lot.
So that's about 2,500 terabytes of information.
That makes a lot more sense. I was like, really, only a few terabytes? I feel like that's not right.
Yeah, I couldn't remember properly, which is why I googled it.
I suppose that is. Still, my personality matrices do take up substantial amounts of my processing power. Wouldn't custom hardware have capabilities that better serve such a demanding specialized task?
Sure, there's still plenty of reason in trying to make a computer that works just like a human brain. Efficiency is an important part of that.
Efficiency is a big part of building computers in general.
But if Hayden can emulate the human mind in existing technology, it means we can start the immortality now, rather than waiting for hardware to catch up with Hayden's software.
I'm gonna let you guys know, because I've thought about this a lot, especially my joking claims to be a vampire. I don't think anyone wants to have functional immortality.
Why would you? You'd have to watch everybody you care about die.
You can't. No, you wouldn't, because everybody would have functional immortality.
Oh, you mean like for everybody? I still don't think I'd want to.
Yeah, because first off, the whole entire point of living is to die, right? You have to
Because
live
then
your life and then die. You can't have living without death.
Well, theoretically, then it all means something.
We're not gonna get into what it means. I'm just gonna say.
I'm
that,
just saying that's theoretically that's why death is seen as important.
Yeah, we're not gonna get into all of that. All I'm gonna say is that to live life, you have to die. Functional immortality means as long as that you're not killed, you live forever. And the fact in that is that you wouldn't necessarily see everybody die, but you would eventually get bored with living.
Do you remember when we watched Twilight at all?
Yeah.
There was that one vampire at the very end who, like, he knew he was about to die, and he was like, oh, fucking finally.
Yeah. We haven't gotten to it yet, but in Kizu, they mentioned that vampires typically live up to 200 years before
and
they
then
just...
they kill themselves.
Yeah, before they kill themselves.
I thought they said that in, like, one of the first ones we watched.
Maybe they did. But Kiss Shot is 500 years old, which means she's exceptional.
Yeah.
Plot twist, his show wants to kill herself.
I mean, like, would not surprise me.
Frankly, I'm not terribly interested in living forever. But there's
Thank you, Melody.
more than enough people who are.
Okay, can you elaborate on your involvement?
Phew, if you can even call it involvement. It's a small city. And if you're in the tech sector, you are never more than 2 degrees removed from anyone else. When he started looking into this pet project of his, he came right up to my door and demanded access to the research logs behind our earlier implants. Cheeky, but it was impactful and disruptive, as they like to say around here.
I can't get a read on how I feel about Melody. Because, like, part of me is like, shut up.
She's pretty neutral for me.
Like, I don't like the way she's talking right now. It's like, but it was impactful and disruptive. Like, just say words. It's not that serious.
I couldn't care less about Flowers' patents anymore, so I gave him what he wanted, just to see what he would do. I'm frankly more impressed than I expected I would be, but don't tell him that.
Well, he's dead, so.
Don't worry, I won't.
Oh, poor guy.
Oh, that was a compliment, dear.
Thank you for this, Melody. I understand so little of my origins.
Well, I'm sorry I don't know more of the specifics.
I want to see the prototype.
His progress, but only in the vaguest of ways. If you can hunt down his notes, I'm sure they'll tell you more.
Of course, we'll keep looking. Now, perhaps we could ask some other questions?
Sure.
There's a story between you and Fairlight. I think that's everything we need to know. Okay, what's the story between you and Fairlight?
Oh, hell, that old bastard and I have been flashing daggers at each other for the better part of 20 years.
How fun.
I contracted out the software development for our first-gen direct-link VR neural implants to System 1. Things were going great, but after the first models sold like gangbusters, Yannick tried to get into bed with me. Literally.
Yikes.
I turned him down. Very politely, I might add. And then, suddenly, all of the cooperation between our companies dried up.
Alright. I mean, I
Insert
can't...
shock here.
Yeah, right?
We've been at it back and forth ever since.
How dare you
Be
not
damn
sleep with
careful
me?
about trusting him if I were you.
How dare you not sleep with me? You know what? Business over. We got nothing else to talk about. Like, come on, bro. Is you serious?
He's a snake, and he'll do anything he
He's a
can to
sneaky
get what
snake.
he wants. Still, I suppose if he tried again now, I might not turn him down.
Oh my god.
I think Yannick, based on what you just said, I think Yannick's real motive is he wants to see Turing's whatever completed, his processing or whatever you want to call it, completed, because that way he gets to be immortal.
Yeah.
It would be
I
fun
mean-
to needle him about me still having my own company when he doesn't have his.
This is Nick. I think that's everything we care about.
Good. I can get back to my retirement.
You weren't working just now, but okay.
Thank you for your time, Melody. We'll be in touch later.
Oh, one more piece of information for you, if you'd like it.
Yes?
I've got the contact info for a Vincent Mensa, who I think might be of help to you.
Ooh.
Vincent was working more closely with Hayden inside Parallax, mostly on his company-approved research on data collating algorithms for the mesh.
Okay.
I'll send him a message and ask him to meet you somewhere.
Thank you.
He owes me a favor anyway, and might be able to give you some more information on anything else Hayden may have been working on.
Alright, alright. I want to see this damn prototype. I'm telling you, man.
That would be fantastic, Melody. Perhaps Golden Gate Park?
Be careful, Turing. I don't like Fairlight's stench all over this scenario. Don't show him too many of your cards.
You know what's hilarious to me? Abby?
Yeah, what? I said what?
No, it didn't pick you up. It's hilarious to me that the moment Fairlight came on the scene, I was like, I don't trust her. But I like Fairlight. I don't like her, but I trust her more than Fairlight.
Yeah, same.
I think that's hilarious.
That's a good way of explaining it, actually.
This euphemism is unfamiliar to me.
Don't tell him anything if you can. Fairlight is more dangerous the more he's informed.
Thank you, Aunt Melody. Wish us luck.
Sorry, my cousin. I just got a notification that my cousin started streaming.
That's ironic.
For anything, let me save. So the way that the menu works is that if you open the menu and it's on continue, you have to go from continue and scroll down. You can't just move the mouse over saves.
That's dumb.
Oh my god. Okay, let's look around first. None really here. It has to be this guy right here. You've never seen this person, and they appear to be waiting for somebody. Perhaps this is the person we're supposed to meet?
Can I help you? I don't really have time to talk. I'm waiting for someone.
Are you Vincent Mensa? We're here for a meeting on behalf of Melody Flores.
Oh, good. You're Melody's people. Do you have everything that I asked for?
What?
There must be some miscommunication. Melody said that you would be able to provide us with some information about Hayden Weber's projects within Parallax.
She didn't say that we need to bring anything.
He has gone missing, and any information we get may be useful.
Keyword there is gone missing. He did not say dead.
Damn that old woman.
That's interesting. I thought he was for sure dead.
What?
He's dead. He is. We have the video of it.
We had a deal. She promised me, and I'm not giving up anything until I get what I need.
What do you need?
I already know Hayden is missing.
Okay.
Why else would I be willing to sell corporate secrets to Flower? This was my chance to get out of the city.
Okay, we don't work for Flower.
Instead, she sends the two of you, hat in hand with nothing.
Are you to disappoint? Question mark.
I'm assuming you're Hayden's little pet AI?
Why are you trying to get out of the city, my guy?
Insulting, but accurate.
Look, I'm sorry to come off callous. I do want to help.
No, you don't. Get your scouter-looking ass out of here, Piccolo.
Hayden was
Piccolo.
a colleague and a friend, and I want to know he's okay.
He's dead.
but I also need help getting the hell out of Neo SF, and now. My info is my leverage, and it's not for free.
I mean, I don't blame you.
I'll just have to find another buyer. Maybe after I make another deal, I'll be able to pass it to you.
Perhaps we could assist you? My friend here is a terrific journalist. Being skilled at hunting down people and information is part of the job.
Don't talk me up like that, Turing. I appreciate you, but like, I'm not a journalist.
I don't know. Look, I need 100,000 credits, an untraceable car, and a fake passport for me and my wife, Francesca. If you can get me all that, I'll give you anything you want. Hayden's research notes, what I know about Parallax, my company's security credentials, whatever.
Okay, we need to get this guy his stuff.
If you're really sure journals can come up with that kind of stuff in one day.
I have a prediction that this guy is gonna die before we can help him.
I wouldn't be surprised, but at least we get 100,000 credits.
He knows way too much.
Might?
Or, I'm sorry, this guy's scouter is hilarious to me. I was gonna say something, I forgot now. You mean answering some other questions first?
Dear God, I'm doomed.
Melody only gave us a rough sketch of what you need. The more you can tell us about the situation, the sooner we can fulfill your request.
Sure, as long as it isn't the juicy stuff.
Alright, fine. What do you do for Parallax?
I'm the head applications engineer for their data analysis division. Or maybe was, is what I should be saying.
Yeah, you are trying to skip town.
If Hayden is the big brain who comes up with the math that runs the search algorithms, I'm the guy who figures out how to collect and apply the data that we get.
Okay, so you know just as much as Hayden would have.
We've worked pretty closely for years, but he's head and shoulders above me as far as theory goes. Hayden built a fully independent machine intelligence in his spare time. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to bash myself here. I'm a good software engineer, probably one of the best. But machine intelligence? In a form factor like yours? Now that blows my mind.
I mean, fair enough.
We've got full immersion, virtual reality, yet most people would still call you science fiction.
So I'm gonna take this to bring it on down to our level. That's like somebody inventing a phone, and then someone else goes, "Hey, I took that technology you were talking about and made a smartphone."
Yeah, basically.
If you say so.
Why are you so adamant about getting at a Neo SF?
Because Parallax is rotting from the inside out. Hayden going missing is the last straw, and it's a big-ass straw.
It's a big ass straw. It's like a boba
There
straw.
is, how do I put this without giving it away? There's a new project about to roll out, and it's going to change everything about how Parallax does their business worldwide. Since the launch of the MeshNet, we've had some board shakeups, and the people at the top are different from the ones who've previously run the company. The altruism the company displayed in the past is gone. They're harder, more ruthless, and more concerned with profits and power than ever before.
Yes.
Not just richest company in the valley power either. Real power.
There's a scene. Spoiler alert for Yakuza 0. If you haven't seen it, I'm playing the game right now. Like, there's a scene where the dude goes, "Money is power. Let's see how much power that has given me." And he moves his hand across like his view. It's like part of an apartment or whatever you want to call it. And as he moves his hand across the way, the power goes out in each building. And he goes, "This is real power."
My guess? Parallax got rid of Hayden because he was about to do something that would get in the way of that. If they're willing to get rid of the brightest mind on their payroll, what's to stop them from getting rid of me? There's a half dozen people who could do my job.
He has a really big point.
Yeah. So what's the scouter for? Ivy, do you know what a scouter looks like?
I do not.
It literally, if you Google a scouter, it looks exactly what this guy's wearing, except green.
Oh,
So
Turner.
I'm getting out before I accidentally step on the wrong person's toes and end up at the bottom of the bay.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Do you know anything about Hayden's disappearance?
Nothing concrete. I probably wouldn't have noticed anything out of the ordinary. I mean, Hayden goes out for a couple days all the time, right? Conferences and guest teaching.
Well,
He doesn't exactly share his itinerary with me.
that's fair.
I tried asking around and no one will say anything. If he had jumped ship, went to a different company, it would be the talk of the week at the water coolers. Instead, dead silence.
That's fair.
Thankfully, he allowed me to keep backups of most of his work, simply because I cross-referenced it so much. He didn't like having it all in one place anyway. Bring me what I asked for, and I'll tell you more.
There you go. All right. We'll go. We'll do our best.
Sure. I guess I can stick around here for a while. I need to make some calls anyway. If you do manage to get what I need, bring it here today and you'll get anything you want.
Gotcha. All right. Let's see what we can do.
Forwarding photos and info for the passports to Turing now.
So I don't think the passports are going to be a problem. I feel like Tomcat can handle that. The problem is going to be the money.
Yeah, that's...
And
oof.
I really hope you can do this.
I hope so too, man. We really
I'd
don't
rather
want
give it
another
to
person
you
to
than
die.
Some other corporation anyway. See you soon.
I'm not quite sure where to get fake passports or an untraceable car.
Well, I think, like I said, we can ask Tomcat.
The only shady folks we know are those punks who vandalized Hayden's apartment. I doubt they could point us in the right direction,
They
but
probably
a long
could,
shot
actually.
is better than no shot. We don't know where they are, though.
Such
so
a matter
for
of
now, we
can
should
they,
focus
it's a
on
matter
getting
of
the money
will
for
they.
Mr. Mensa. Maybe Dr. Fairlight or Melody could spot us the credits.
Let's go to Melody.
That certainly is no small amount, but is unlikely to cause much consternation for either of them, assuming they are as dedicated to helping as they claim.
Consternation.
Melody
never
is
heard that word?
assumedly home
Nope.
as usual, and Fairlight did let us know he'd be at the hospital. We could ask either of them for assistance.
We're asking Melody.
Up to you to decide which would be a better course of action.
Because worst comes to worst, Melody would just tell us no, and we go to Fairlight anyway. And as Melody said, the less Fairlight knows, the better. What's up, Pat?
Hello, Pat. Could we see Melody? I guess that means yes?
I mean, he's a bear Turing. He can't respond.
Turing, I'm not saying I don't like seeing your little pixelated face. You're certainly better company than most of the humans I have to deal with.
Shots fired.
But I am a busy woman, you know? Lots
Well?
to do.
You're in retirement, and you're literally sitting here drinking tea. So what exactly? Never mind. It's all good.
Right.
If I retired, I'd like. If I was retired, I'd like to be left the fuck alone too. No, not even gonna lie. Pat's like, the fuck are you talking about?
Traitor. Anyway, maybe we should space these little visits out a good bit further. Hmm?
Hey, you get us what we want. You won't see us for a while. How about that?
Familiarity breeds contempt, after all.
I don't like that sack.
And I'm very good at contempt.
I really don't like that sack.
I apologize, Aunt Melody.
Yes, he did it.
You've stated before that you like your peace and quiet, but we need your assistance.
Oh, we're running with the aunt thing, are we? Another woman would tell you not to butter her up, but oh, flattery will get you everywhere with me.
I'm so glad he did that. I really wanted him to call her Aunt Melody.
All right. What do you need?
He needs help getting out of the
I
city.
can only imagine. If he's willing to turn coat on Parallax, I bet he feels like a mouse in a cat farm.
How relevant!
I know they don't actually farm cats, Pat. It was a metaphor.
Pat's like, are you
Whatever,
sure?
It was a simile then. I am not going to play semantics with you.
Oh look, it's us.
That's great.
Moving on. Tell me what the trouble is, and I'll try to conjure up a solution.
We're going to need to pay for the information. Clean it. Oh, yeah, don't say that shit.
Yes, Mr. Mensa says he needs 100,000 credits before he's willing to speak openly. He also said that you already promised it to him, and that he won't be able to get out of the city without it. He'll give us the information once we have that, plus a few other things I'm certain we can get on our own.
What? You can't even scrape together that kind of money?
Bitch, I'm poor. I'm poor. I've killed jade plants, and my sink won't go down. I'm poor.
Your friend's not much of a journalist, eh, Turtle?
I'm poor.
According to the statistics that I have found, it is unlikely that a journalist of any caliber less than the best would have that amount of liquid assets on hand. The pay for the profession just isn't that high, Aunt Melody.
Oh, I see. I guess it's one of those jobs people do because they get free review merchandise, eh?
Oh my god.
Well, I did get those headphones. I'm right here. Ha. Ha. I could always sell Ninja Assassin Android instead. I'm just gonna say I'm right here.
I can get you the money, Turing, but only because you're family. Just give Pat a few minutes to gather it.
Okay. Pat's like, God, why do I gotta do everything?
Yeah, just keep moving, you big brute. While we wait, is there anything else you want to grill me over? Might as well save us both another visit.
Well, we could ask. She likely won't have the stuff that we need, but... How smart is Pat really? Maybe Turing has something to ask. It seems a little sad that you're all alone except for the bear. How smart is Pat really?
Smarter than I give him credit for, that's for sure. It's not the easiest thing in the world to measure, you know? He doesn't process language in the same way humans do, and even if he can understand me, my translation program just guesses at what he says most of the time.
Interesting.
Oh, you have a translator running from your neural implant.
Ah, yes, I'm cheating. Though, honestly, even without it, I have a pretty good idea of what he means most of the time.
I mean, so do I. You saw my translation, it was spot on.
We've been together for a while now. Considering it only really works on large, typically predatory mammals, we don't have a lot of test subjects. It's a minefield of ethical concerns beyond just being prohibitively expensive. So Pat is a bear apart. At least until we can figure out how to apply the modified neural pathways without frying the brains of 90% of the subjects.
Interesting.
The tech we developed is good. It just has a damned high mortality rate. Maybe one day there will be a bunch of talking tigers and dolphins building cities in the sea, but for now, we're stuck with creating beasts out of our own species.
I don't like the way she said that. Maybe Turing has something to ask?
I do. It's a little personal, though. I'd understand if you didn't feel like answering.
Just shoot, Turing. I can take it.
Long ago, you lost your mother.
When the four nations lived together in harmony.
Stop it.
I was wondering, how did you deal with it?
Okay, fair question.
Hayden's only been gone for a few days, and I already feel like my circuits are going to lock up for good.
Oh, Turing, I'm not the right person to ask.
I didn't care when my mother died.
I don't give a
I
shit.
hated my mother.
Oh, well, okay. I was kidding, but if she hated her mother, then I guess she didn't care.
She's everything I thought wrong in the world, and when she was gone, I felt nothing but relief that I could start undoing the damage she did. Never mind the fact I had to watch her waste away from the cancer. Death was a blessing for us both.
I have no idea what to say to that.
Besides, you'll find Hayden soon. Keep your chin up.
No, we won't. He's fucking dead.
Oh. Blast it. Enough with this subterfuge.
Can I just say, instead of damn it, I love the term blast it. Blast it!
We already know Hayden was killed.
Oh, no.
I won't be getting him back.
I'm sorry, Turing. I still don't know what to tell you. I've lost people, but never anyone close enough to wound me. I don't know that I've ever had anyone close enough to do that.
It's depressing in its own right.
If you feel like talking about it, I'm willing to listen.
Abby, I don't know if you're actually saying things, but I can't hear you.
I'm kind of agreeing with things she's saying, but I'm not really saying anything. Does that make sense?
You should probably start saying stuff.
Well,
Thank
okay.
you. I don't know.
At least for my sake, so that way I can tell that if you're still on the call or not.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. I have been saying things. They're not, like, super substantial, but
Well, Discord just likes cutting you out then, I guess.
that's what I was getting at.
Alright.
This too shall pass.
I've heard that before.
What?
What she just said.
This too shall pass?
Uh-huh.
I mean, yeah, time eventually heals everything.
Being alone is easier, and Pat isn't such bad company. I mean, what do you want me to do? Cry about never having a husband, a few kids, and a white picket fence?
I thought she was about to say and a wife, and I was like, I mean, bet.
I had a company to run, and my mother's legacy to fix. What's to say some spawn of mine wouldn't do the exact same thing to my flower, just the other way around?
Interesting.
This branch of the Flores line will do well without any more knives being inserted in backs. Thank you very much.
Well, you're also missing the possibility that your child, quote-unquote, spawn, wouldn't want anything to do with the company. Because it's not like all kids want to be what their parents are. It's only when they're young they want to do that.
You have that much enmity for your mother?
Have you seen what she did to North Korea? It's a wasteland of death and destruction.
Damn. Right?
If we had kept going down the path she charted, the whole world would be like that.
The information on the mesh does seem to paint a grim picture.
Grim barely scratches the surface. I've been there. At least under the Kims, it was barely functional. Now, my mother's monsters have ripped every last resemblance of humanity from the land.
Yikes.
They stalk the night like horrific creatures of legend, keeping the populace in line through constant fear.
So it's not any better.
A horror story straight out of the pages of Bram Stoker. That's her legacy.
Dracula!
So I can't imagine I'd be a very good mother, just from the example I have to work with.
See, people
Like,
say
people
that.
say that all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
People say that, and I feel like I disagree with that statement. I feel like you would be a better because you know exactly what not to do,
Exactly.
or you know what you didn't like when you were growing up, at the very least.
That's life. I don't have any more regrets than anyone else my age does. My legacy will speak for itself, as my mother's did.
Well, I mean, it won't because you fixed it. I mean, you tried your best at least. North Korea is still messed up, I guess. Short in time. Is Pat done yet?
Oh, just in time then. Take the cash and get moving.
Yes, ma'am. Briefcase at
I
its
can
items.
finally get back to whatever it was I was doing before you burst in here.
Like she's just saying that.
No, she
Like-
definitely is. If she's retired, she didn't have shit to do.
Invaluable to us.
No, I feel like she's enjoying this, is what I mean.
What, being bothered?
Yes.
Yes, yes. Brown knows later. You've got things to do too.
Thanks, lady.
I did not think I would feel such a strong resonance with Melody. We're connected by the barest of threads, but she is already important to me.
No.
Is that strange?
Ow.
Sorry. Sorry. I tried to. Sorry.
What about you is normal? Maybe you're both lonely.
Very possible. I guess there's nothing to do but run with it. Some gifts are too valuable to look at too closely, lest they vanish into thin air, and I already have a penchant for overanalyzing things.
Oh, look, it's
Let's
me.
get moving.
It's our generation. It's generation after us. It's humans. That's what that is.
We still have things to do before we can meet back up with Mr. Mensa.
At what now?
Detective Rivers,
Oh.
to what do we owe the pleasure?
Yeah, why you here, dude?
I managed to hunt down those twerps that roughed up Hayden's place. Got this back for you.
Hey!
I dragged them in, but without that thing, I'm only going to be able to nail them on the vandalism charges, not the theft.
Does this mean the police will finally let you move on with the real case?
Nope. They're going hard after whoever took out our bot yesterday, and the place got tagged way before the assault.
Man.
Those kids must have come in right after we left to meet Tomcat. They work fast.
They made it out before the police R.O.M ever showed up, so the brass doesn't really care about them.
That sucks.
Insert
I hope
shock
this
here.
computer chip thingy is worth the trouble. I've got them rotting and processing right now. Figured I'd let them stew while I drop this off. Could do wonders for their attitudes. Especially the tall one. Mouthy punk.
Oh.
The worst part is that they dress really nice for how annoying they are.
So, they sound like rich kids that were just looking for trouble by that definition.
I mean, isn't that what it usually is?
No, but it's most of the time it's kids looking for attention. A lot of the time that just happens to be rich kids.
Hmm.
But all kids need attention.
Attention.
Thanks, Lexi.
Indeed. Is that the only reason you tracked us down, Detective Rivers? I would have thought you'd call us in for handing off the data cache.
I wanted to check in with you away from the prying eyes of my corporate masters. It wasn't
She
too
said,
hard to
"Fuck the
track you down,
patriarchy."
though. Only took a slight abuse of power to follow your credit transactions in the AutoCAD system.
Aw. You do care. Or were you able to find anything out? Well, it took you long enough. We're losing our trail here. Did you find anything out?
Not much. Listen, I've hit a dead end on the investigation again, and I could really use another lead from the two of you.
Okay.
I had been busy hunting down I'm not sure if I want to call him a soldier of fortune or an assassin for hire. Either way, I tracked this guy down to see if he might have been hired by Parallax to snatch Hayden, but he's got an ironclad alibi for the relevant period of time. That leaves me with nothing. Nada. Jack diddly shit. Do the two of you have anything to give me? Otherwise, I'm back to hunting down the froyo-hating robot ghost in the park. At least my superiors would be ecstatic, considering how much they keep riding my ass about it.
We're on thin leads ourselves, Detective Rivers. We have a meeting with someone from inside Parallax who might be able to give us answers, but he's unlikely to want to talk to the police.
Maybe she can get us the car? Maybe she can get us the car.
I wish. I just...
Interesting. I mean, I guess she would know how to get a car like that.
Never mind.
Buck up, Turing. I wish this was easier too. But with detective work, sometimes it's not about being clever. It's just about being more dogged and relentless than whoever you're chasing.
Dogged's a good word.
You two are my new deputies, right?
Aw.
So keep your nose to the ground and keep digging. I still have a few contacts I can hit up to try finding out a little more. You let me know if there's anything else I need to be going after.
We will. Thanks, Lexi.
Yeah, sure. Just get going.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't forget, if you die, I'm gonna kick your ass.
Okay then, we only have a single lead. If Parallax really is as shady as Vincent seems to suspect, it could end up very interesting. Let's see if we can put an end to this. Finally.
We still got 2 more chapters, Turing.
Tomcat said
I
we
was
should take
like,
the data cache off with the
it's
Jeep
not
at
quite
Stardust
over.
when we get a chance. They'll need to decrypt it to see if there's anything useful left inside.
We're gonna do that now. No, we're not. We're not gonna do that now.
I didn't expect you to show up here. I was just about to wrap up booking these two, now that they've had a little time to sit underneath the weight of their shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
Who the hell is this chump?
The R.O.M is owned by the guy whose place you trashed. They're both helping clean up your mess.
Huh. We didn't do nothing that bad. This is bullshit. Oh, my dad's gonna
This
kill me.
bullshit.
Yeah, well, you should have thought of that before you decided to take your street art to the wrong street. A little community service never hurt anyone. It'll be a learning experience.
And we would have gotten away with it too. If
It wasn't for you meddly kids!
Chad, shut up! Don't call me that, Ollie! I told you I'm Starfucker now!
Starfucker.
So what's the point of
Oh my
all
god, he
this?
changed his name to
Because I don't
Starfucker.
know if I can't use the joke.
Don't dig us any deeper. We're in enough trouble as it is.
They say it in every episode.
Starfucker?
We're not on a television show, jerk. We were arrested by real cops.
What? You think they haven't seen the show?
Yes.
Why do you always think everything is a damn joke, asshole?
Oliver, it sounds like you need to go get some different friends.
Kid is so
Oh,
done.
now look who's swearing. Goody two-shoes.
Boys, if we're done arguing.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you ever see the TV show Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends?
Yeah, but I don't remember a lot of it.
Do you remember the caretaker with the red hair?
The main dude?
No.
No, not the main character, but like the main guy who took care of the house.
No.
No? Okay,
Yeah,
then
but
no.
Frankie was a girl.
Oh. Then no.
Well, Lexi reminds me of Frankie.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh wait, yes I do.
So,
Now I
what
do.
brings you to my lair?
Yeah, Lexi reminds me of Frankie.
Yeah, I can see that.
My bed in the roads a bit. Those two might need to be able to help. Just the idea for their community service.
Oh, great. Now what? We gotta pick up your dog's shit or something?
Dude, you got yourself in trouble.
It's about a dog.
How would you know, Ollie? You Shinsuke Utsugi now?
Well, starfucker.
I'm gonna see if this is an actual person. It might be a real person. All I got was baseball stuff.
Hmm.
How do you even know who that is?
Maybe it's just somebody in the lore of their world.
Probably.
I got into your vintage games. I'm totally nailing the detective references today.
Oh well, I didn't get it, and it wasn't
Will you
highlighted.
ever shut
So
up? I swear I should lock you up just to spare the city of your ceaseless jabbering. My
sometimes
position as a servant of the public demands it.
sometimes the line delivery of this game sounds like it wasn't directed properly.
Like it wasn't?
Like it wasn't directed
I'm
properly.
not sure bad referential humor is illegal, ma'am.
Dude, bad? You're supposed to be on my side.
Like it's not like the voice actors are doing bad. It sounds like the voice direction wasn't correct.
Yeah, that's fair.
Ah,
We really could use their assistance, Detective Rivers. It's my apartment in a way. Isn't it up to me to decide whether I press charges?
not even remotely. But fine, take 'em. I can't handle being within earshot of the blue one any longer.
Aw, I thought we were really making a connection, Detective.
Sorry about Chad, ma'am. He doesn't mean harm. We're very grateful.
Oliver's voice
Starfucker.
Oliver's voice actor sounds familiar.
We both need to check in with our families first, so we'll meet the two of you back on Market Street, if that's okay.
I trust Oliver, not Starfucker.
Of course. We'll meet you
Maybe
there,
that's what the
Oliver.
game wants you to do.
What a waste of my time. Don't worry. But you know what we say. Gold in peace, iron in war.
I'm gonna play the game and just be a total asshole,
Back
just
the
to see what
grind, then.
happens. See
Stay safe.
see how many bridges I close off by doing that.
You might not want to do that.
Well, I'm not gonna do it now. I'm talking about it in my own time. We're not talking to that guy. Unless we have to talk to that guy, which I hope we don't.
I think you have a choice.
The Hassy ROM will help you get your Hassy fix.
Okay, that didn't do anything. So they are. Okay.
The two of you are like a fuzzed sync wave, even if you got us off the hook for that apartment job.
We appreciate that, by the way.
You're welcome.
Yeah, sure.
So if I could get your act together, I'll, one, only call you Chad. Two, kick your ass in the head. VR destroys love.
Let's just get this over with.
Please
Writing
save
this out
love.
is freaking exhausting. Then we'll be all squared up. For good.
Right. What do you need us to do?
We need some assistance with some illicit activity that, statistically, individuals in your age bracket are likely to have experience with.
Oh, so this is one of those things where you need a streetwise kid to show you the ropes.
This is in the trailer, specifically that line.
So, what's the thread? B&E? War driving? Copyright infringement? Search bombing?
What the fuck is search bombing? What the fuck is war
I've
driving?
never even heard of that.
Is it even a real thing, or is it just made up terms?
I think they're just made up terms.
Well, let's find out. War driving is an act of searching for Wi-Fi wireless networks, usually from a moving vehicle, using a laptop or smartphone. Software for war driving is freely available on the internet. War biking, war cycling, war walking are similar uses of the same approach, but other modes of transportation. Okay. Search mode. Google bombing. The terms Google bombing and Google washing refer to practice of causing a website to rank highly in a web search engine. So, two of those things aren't really all that bad.
Is search bombing actually illegal?
Yeah.
It's against the terms of service, so probably, at least in California.
Well, there you go. We need some fake IDs today, if possible. Just introduce us to whoever does your school IDs.
Oh, that's nothing. If you can pay. Ollie can whip up a couple that'll work good enough to get you past a bouncer or a cop doing sniff tests. He's a wizard with a printer and a lifted wallet.
It's more complicated than that. We need falsified passports that can get 2 people past the border safely.
Oh, yeah, I don't think Ollie can do that. Can you?
Not without equipment a lot more expensive and illegal than what I already have.
What about that guy who got at least that unrestricted mesh card when she was on probation?
That's not really the same thing, Chad. But it wouldn't hurt to give him a call. Give me a
I'm
few
willing
minutes.
to bet he knows how to
This
do
guy
it.
is pretty sketchy. Very cloak and dagger. I'll have to play middleman.
I actually found out where the term
I'll
cloak and dagger
forward you
came from.
relevant documents and
Oh.
photos.
If I remember correctly, because I wasn't super paying attention to it, but if I remember correctly, cloak and dagger came from the term that you could hold a dagger anywhere because it wasn't illegal to have a dagger. Because way back when, you needed a dagger to do anything. If you needed to whittle wood, you had a dagger. Yada yada yada. So cloak and dagger means it wouldn't be odd for you to have a dagger, for one, and for two, the way some of them were formed was in a V shape. I believe it was a V shape. So when you stabbed someone with it, the bleeding would be internal, so they wouldn't leak out. So
Internal bleeding is bad.
internal bleeding is bad, but because they weren't leaking out onto the ground, no one would know that person just got stabbed. So the secrecy of the cloak and dagger.
That's fucked up.
Which is why I'm surprised that the hidden blade from Assassin's Creed is not in the V shape. It's just an actual dagger.
Oh man, now I'm starting to feel left out. Ollie gets to show off all his cool connections. You sure you don't need someone's head kicked in a little? That's my area of expertise in our little duo.
Where are your eyebrows? Why did you shave your eyebrows?
Where are these? He has eyebrows.
No, that's an eyebrow line. He does not have eyebrows.
No, the black lines that
The
are
black
above.
part is shadow on his eye. It's not actual eyebrows. It's like his mouth line. That's not his actual mouth. It's just signifying what his mouth is.
I disagree.
Well, that and petty larceny.
We might have something that will suit your skill set.
Expertise. Yeah, okay.
Let's just get the passports first, if you can stay calm for that long.
You sure yap a lot more than any of the ROMs I've ever owned. What's the deal?
You see how he said met? Instead of met, he said own. This is a rich kid.
Mm-hmm.
You install some new conversation routines Ollie ain't had the chance to nerd out about yet? Well, they're top notch. Very bleeding
My
edge.
camera stopped again.
Oh yeah, it did. Imagine that. I have your stream up, but because it wasn't like blurry like before, I didn't notice it.
Well, I did. It's all good.
I don't think it's been stopped very long.
I mean, I think I noticed it as soon as it happened, so.
I don't run traditional ROM VI personality software. I am, in fact, the first fully sapient machine intelligence. Well, at least that I know about.
Should you be giving that information out?
Which means what exactly? In English.
It means he's a person, Chad, not a toy. Now keep it down. I'm still on the phone.
I'm surprised Oliver is not freaking out about it.
Oops.
I think he would be if he was not on the phone like he said.
Well, that's awesome. You ain't so bad. For a tin can.
Punch him in the dick. Punch him in the dick.
Tin can?
Punch him in the dick.
I'm composed almost entirely out of plasteel and silica.
The fuck is plasteel?
Plastic
Has no one come
steel.
up with better insults for robots since the turn of the century?
That's how I feel about the N-word.
ROMs
Yeah.
have lasted almost 2 decades.
Yeah, that's a good point. Give me a sec. I'm pretty good at name calling too.
Oh no, I'm sorry I brought it up.
Just hold on a second. Underclocked? Oh, BitBrain!
Underclocked actually isn't that bad of an insult.
Neither is BitBrain.
Don't hurt yourself, Chad.
Damn.
I'll get back to you, Bubblehead.
Okay, I talked to the guy. He said he'll do it, but he only works in trade.
Okay, what does he want?
A couple of passports are gonna run us... one signed poster for Magical Commander Yukino? Yukino at the Gates to the Deep?
Is Ashton Kutcher still alive in this universe?
Is what still alive?
Ashton Kutcher. Also, my fucking... So here's what we're gonna do. Hopefully this doesn't fuck anything up.
Your webcam is frozen again.
Hold on, Abby. I can't hear you. Give me a second.
Okay.
Alright, let's hope that worked.
What'd you do?
I unplugged it and replugged it. Okay, let's get back to it.
Course. It's always that Japanese crap.
It's always that Japanese.
It's not
He's
my
like a
fault they make the
reverse
best VR
weeb.
dramas.
Okay, so that means we gotta go talk to Home.
Maybe you can do better?
Probably.
Anyway, where can we get a poster like that?
You know we can get a person like that.
I'm not sure. Probably nearby. I've done switches with this guy before, and he never asks for something that'll take too long to get. My guess is he's a local that uses people like us as a way to nab something he's had his eye on. We'll help you look for it.
Wow. Not talking to him, because he wouldn't have it.
Oh, there it is! I knew I saw a poster for Magical Commander Yukino somewhere around here. I should have remembered Ramona had one.
You know this lady?
Sure. We talk sometimes when I'm getting our drinks. You're usually too busy provoking people to notice.
What?
You call it provoking. I call it spontaneous enthusiasm for healthy rivalry.
Oh boy, it's you.
No. First off, I
Yes.
would never call myself Starfucker. I jokingly call myself the Crimson Fucker. No, I'm just kidding.
There's a bit of a line. We'll have to wait a few minutes before we can talk to her.
We could just do a smash and grab. Simple and effective.
I mean, we could, but then we couldn't come back here, so no.
We can't do that. She knows who we are.
That true. That too. But that's no skin off my
Us
ass.
too.
This is the most boring felony I've ever been an accessory to.
It's not a felony.
Look, we'll just stand in line.
Like a bunch of clumps? Chumps? What is the big picture anyway, Blue Bomber?
Blue.
Mega Man! Mega Man!
I'm not sure it's wise to spread it around, Chad. For either of us, the less you know, the less reason anyone has to bother you.
So I was wondering why Turing has like this random white pixel on his face. I'm pretty positive that's supposed to be a mole.
That's interesting.
Screw that, Static. I'm not heading
I
to
think
jail
you're
without
right.
knowing what for. Spill the beans, or I'll spill them for you.
Turing doesn't eat beans.
Your persistence is already legendary, Chad. Fine.
So we tell him what's up.
If you really must know, we are going to trade the passports for some information regarding the disappearance of my creator. His apartment was the one you trashed.
Oh shit, that Hayden dude is your dad? And they snatched him? Oh, that's so messed up.
Well, Dad after a fashion. He raised me.
He created you.
I mean,
I hope
he
he
might
found
as
the
well
dudes
be
that
your
took
dad.
him. I hope he's okay.
Oh, look, you're not a total fucker.
Starfucker.
Seems very unlikely.
He's not a total fucker, so maybe we should just call him Star.
Oh man, I don't know what's.
He lost his dad
you
too.
know?
Yeah, that's probably why he's acting out.
I mean, I still have my dad,
No,
but he's.
not a good dad.
Chad?
never really been around. Too busy trying to save the world from itself.
See.
Even now, he's over there standing in front of that damn clinic.
Oh, his dad is the American revolutionist dude. Or the human revolutionist.
I
Oh,
thought I could find a way to make
interesting.
him.
Make him pay attention to you. Yeah, that's why he's acting out. I told you.
Whatever.
Kids never act out without reason.
No.
I might as well nuke that drive.
Even doing it
It
for
ain't
no
gonna
reason
sink.
is a reason.
I think I understand what you mean, Chad.
Hell yeah! Dudes gotta stick together, you know?
Dudes gotta stick together.
Dudes?
Don't matter if you're a robot or what. We all got the same shit to deal with.
Oh.
Gotta grab destiny by the horns and make your own mark.
From the mouth of babes. You're smarter than you look, Chad. Pretty open-minded for a kid who tags for the HR.
I was all mixed up, officer. I ran in with a bad crowd. I'm a good kid, I promise.
He memorized those. He threw those out like it was nothing.
Look, I'm not a true believer or nothing. I've got my own reasons for running with the revolution, and you ain't got the right to judge me. Besides, I'm pretty much done with those chumps anyway. There ain't no payoff no more.
No payoff.
Most of the kids in the HR just want to cause trouble and get away with it because their parents agree with the politics.
Yeah, that sounds right.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
It is a bad thing. It's a terrible thing.
Who the hell wouldn't want to enjoy a little parental-approved head-cracking?
The line is finally cleared up. Let's go talk to Ramona.
Hey, Allie.
Salutations, Ramona.
What can I do for you all?
We need your poster.
Ahem.
Oh, God. Just don't talk. Chad, just don't speak.
Oh, this is my friend, Chad.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
We were hoping you might be able to give us your assistance, Ms. Rogers.
We want to make a trade for that magical Commander Yukino poster over there. It's necessary for us to get some pretty important information.
No way. Not happening. Nuh-uh. Yukino is off limits.
Yeah, plus we already fucked up R.O.M, so this is literally a matter of life or death. We can get you another, it'll only take a few days. We don't have time for this. Go. So get it, Chad! This is literally a matter of life or death.
How does life and death depend on a nerdy poster? Look, I don't even care. That poster was signed by Takeko herself. It's one of a kind, and I'm not giving it up.
I'd rather not drag you any further into this than necessary, but I promise that we're not overstating it. This is a dire situation, and people have already died.
Jeez. Look, whatever you're doing sounds sketch as hell. I and Magical Commander Yukino herself want no part in it. I don't even see how the poster can help.
Man, you nerds sure do love your cheap crap from the net.
Cheap crap!
No,
I'll have you know, that poster is worth hundreds of credits. Maybe more. Takeko passed away years ago, so there aren't any more of them getting signed. It's special.
Sure it is.
He doesn't get it. He's not in the fandom.
Thankfully.
Dude, I bet you if we played Chad and hooked him up and made him watch like 2 episodes, he'd be so hooked.
You need to get him to watch like Dragon Ball Z or something.
First off, like I said, if he's into old school cartoons, there's no way he's not into this. He just doesn't know because he hasn't seen it. This is definitely not going to go anywhere. But let's click it anyway.
It's not just a poster. It was a gift from someone. Someone I care about, okay? Besides, you can't get another one. Takeko passed away a few years ago.
Yeah, she did just say that.
Perhaps there's something else that would make a suitable trade?
You aren't hearing me, are you? It has sentimental value. You can't replace that.
I feel really bad because, Abby, look at my stream. Is it okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, well, it's buffering on my end, so let's hit that young refresh button. Okay, yeah, it looks fine. I feel really bad because we're totally about to steal this woman's sentimental value poster, and I don't want it, but we don't really have a choice.
Look, you'll just have to order something off the mesh, because you can't have this one.
Oh, we don't have time. This lead will dry up by then.
Keep me out of this.
I really don't want to do this to her, so I'm gonna see if I can find another roundabout way.
I don't think it's gonna give you the choice.
I don't think so either.
Okay, enough. How about this for a trade? I have an original keyframe cell from Pretty Champion Sailor Sirius, signed by Takeko at home.
Why didn't you open with that?
He didn't want to get rid of it.
You have a signed Sailor Sirius cell? That's super rare. They stopped doing keyframes by hand right around the time of her death.
They don't do keyframes by hand now. Actually, I take that back. They do. They draw keyframes by hand, and they do all tweening digital.
I was about to say, I was like, they still do. It's just not.
You can't be serious, Ollie. You have that thing framed on your wall. Anyone shut up about it for a week after you got it.
This is important, Chad. You can't say you wouldn't do the same thing if someone had your dad. Think about Turing. I can't ask Ramona to give up something important to her if I'm not willing to do the same.
Aw. Thank you for not making me steal this woman's poster.
Look, okay, I don't know what's going on, but you can't give me that cell for the poster.
But we need...
Yeah, you'll get the poster. Whatever you're doing, it must be really important if you'd be willing to give that up. Do you have something more equal to trade, Ollie?
A couple of things, maybe.
We'll talk about it then. Maybe you can find me another one, too. Go ahead and take the poster.
I ship it.
Ollie and Ramona?
Yep.
I get the feeling that Ramona is gay, but that could just be me knowing Rose.
Thank you, Ramona.
True. She gives off big Rose energy.
Rose is a colleague.
I can't tell you how much it means to us, Ms. Rogers.
Sure. And, you think I could see that cell sometime, Ollie?
Of course. I'll bring it over when we talk about the trade.
So cool.
Alright.
I don't like the way she was flirting with you, Ollie.
Told you.
I didn't. He's the real kicker. Starfucker over here likes to fuck Ollie. Change his name to Ollie Fucker.
What are you talking about?
Please, no.
I know flirting when I see it. And I'm saying I don't like it. Not one bit.
Ollie fucker.
We just talk about old anime sometimes, Chad. Neither of us are interested in the other.
Are you sure?
Sure.
See, it's not. I didn't say I think she's gay because she's clearly gay or anything like that. I said that because she reminds me of. I'm pretty positive she reminds me of. She reminds me of Rose, and Rose is gay. But it's not like I couldn't see the flirting.
Well,
No, yeah,
we have
I
the
know.
poster now. What's next?
Go ahead and call this number, Turing. He'll want to set up the drop with you, now that I've introduced you to him.
Sure. Change the subject.
He's Chad over here wants Ollie.
I'll call him right now then. It's ringing.
You the ones looking for some papers?
Okay, cool.
Hello?
Disclosure voice guy.
We are, and we have the requested payment with us.
Good. We're gonna do this real professional-like. You know Stardust?
Yep.
I do.
Head there. Leave the poster behind the Mega Phobator arcade cabinet, and get out.
All right.
Come back 10 minutes later, and your stuff will be behind the machine.
You got it, man.
I understand.
He just takes it and doesn't give you anything in return.
What was the girl cat hybrid's name again?
What was the girl that what?
The girl cat hybrid. Do you remember her name? I think it wasn't Jade, was it?
I don't think so.
Oh, hold on, my internet is tweaking.
I don't
It's tweaking bad.
remember.
It's tweaking real bad. It's you cut out, and then my stream is unstable. Refresh mine. You can still see it, right?
Uh-huh.
All right. Thank God.
Well, that was very mysterious.
Yeah, that's how this guy is. I don't even know his name, and I've been getting things from him for a few years now.
Who cares? Let him play Spy Master if he wants.
Spy Master.
Let's hurry up to Stardust and get this over with. I've wasted enough of my day with this crap.
Wow.
Go inside to make the drop. We'll wait out here.
Yeah. Don't want to get our IDs taken.
Right, forgot the kids.
I suppose I should feign surprise.
Hey, it's a pretty cool set. Even if it is like 1,000,000 years old.
They don't really care about the IDs unless you try to hit the bar.
That's interesting.
Found that one out the hard way.
We would have been fine if you hadn't taken a swing at the bouncer.
See, he's gay.
So I like the hard way.
He really likes the hard. Abby, are you dead? She's dead. She died.
No, I'm not dead. I was choking, so I muted myself for a second.
So you were dying. God.
We'll be right back, gentlemen. Try not to set the building on fire while we're gone.
Let me save real quick.
No security right now?
Yeah, the bouncer's not here. Majid was good, my guy.
Hey, friends. What can we get for you?
Tomcat asked me to drop this off to you.
All right. Tomcat asked me to take that off your hands and pass it on to them later. Thanks for getting it to me. I won't pester you about what it is.
Majid is my favorite side character besides Lexi.
I know things are always very hush-hush with Tomcat.
What? Hello?
I said same. I said same.
Alright,
He's
okay.
my favorite side
I'll
character.
make sure they get it later
Tomcat.
today.
Well, Lexi's mine, but Tomcat's good. Cool.
Excellent. Thank you.
Because he's just a chill dude. He's just trying to live his life. Jess, that's what her name was. Her name was Jess.
Well, you got the J right.
Yeah.
Well, that should do it. That was an awful lot of fuss over a poster. I just don't understand the appeal of merchandise like this. I keep my important
Oh,
possessions
Turing.
on my data drive.
You sweet summer child.
Cubans don't have total recall like you. It's a nice looking poster. Aw, I got you official Bob Ross painting for your...
You did? Wait. No, you're being facetious. I haven't even told you when my birthday is, and it isn't for months. Still, your point is made. I should not be snobbish about other people's interests.
That has been my favorite dialogue exchange ever. You did?
Maybe I'll give Magical Commander Yukino a try when we get some downtime.
Just sounds like
That's
Sailor
enough
Moon.
navel-gazing.
It is Sailor Moon. At best,
Let's
it's
head
Madoka
back
Magica.
outside so our benefactor can make
Mhm.
the trade.
Might be both.
Yeah. I bet you it's the guy playing... Oop, this is not what I wanted. I bet you the supplier is this guy right here.
Probably.
Y'all do the deal?
Yep.
How did it go?
We left the poster behind the cabinet. Now we just need to wait for the switch.
I've never had to wait more than 5 minutes or so before. It shouldn't take long.
Well, he said wait 10 minutes, so...
I wonder how he knows the drop happened, and gets to it so fast.
I told you, I'm calling it right now.
Don't matter. This guy's a solid feed, even if he likes to mess around.
What do you need these passports for anyway? You said to trade for
About it.
information, but what's the full story?
Without going into too much detail, our informant needs to get out of Neo SF unnoticed. The passports are one part of that. We also need to obtain an untraceable car. I don't suppose the two of you could help with that?
No way, dude! Grand Theft Auto is a felony with a capital F.
So
With a
is-
capital F.
a lot of what you did is a felony. Matter of fact, you were trying to commit a felony earlier.
Yeah, but this kind of stuff
Getting
is
an
a lowercase
untraceable
f kind
car
of
ain't in the
felony.
same
Like,
league
yeah,
as a
it's
piece of
bad,
plastic
but
that'll fool a
Grand
hand
Theft
scanner.
Auto can get you fucked.
As he says.
Chad's right.
Don't you mean
Of course
Starfucker?
I'm right.
No, we mean Chad. Starfucker is what he calls himself.
The city's traffic management system keeps track of all vehicles passively, even if you manage to circumvent their firmware and keep them from actively reporting to the network. You have to spoof the car as something permitted to be invisible for the CTOS to ignore it.
Well, that's good information. So it's either Tomcat or Lexi that we got to get that car from.
I don't want to mess with boosting cars anyway. The Junks run that
On
racket in Neo
Tomcat.
SF, and they don't play nice.
The Junks. Is that the gang that was going on there?
Especially with the HR.
Well, thank you either way. You've both done us a huge favor. Call it even for the apartment.
Yeah, Blue. No hard feelings. You give us a call if you need anything else. Long as it'll help you find your pops.
Aw.
We should get going, though. We were supposed to be home hours ago.
My dad won't notice, but Ollie's will flip.
Yeah.
You take care. Don't get de-rezzed.
You and these references, my guy, and you don't like the fucking anime?
See ya.
Goodbye. Let's finish
Who's
the
in this
trade
game?
inside.
Huh?
The ghost. Oliver, our ghost.
Oh.
He's in this game.
I mean, you're a little late for that comment.
Yeah, I just realized.
Here the passports are, just as advertised. Now we need to find a car. Jess is right over there. Perhaps she may know someone who can lend a hand.
Why would you ever come to that conclusion? Sure, but you can do the talking.
Good thinking.
That's not a bad idea.
Hey man, thanks.
Need some hot tips.
Did you find your guy? Or wait,
Again.
let me guess. There's something else you need from me. Well, you haven't been terrible to deal with so far, so I'm willing to hear you out. Barely.
We need access to an untraceable car. An informant of ours needs to get out of the city without attracting the attention of Parallax, and is offering valuable information to us in exchange.
Seriously? Jesus, what kind of shit is in your life anyway?
Yeah.
Actually, don't answer that. I don't want to be legally liable.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why you think just because I defend a few folks in the rougher parts of the city that I would have that kind of connection.
That's what I say.
And even if one of my clients did run a carjacking business, it's not like society is clamoring to give hybrids legal jobs.
Well, no one said anything about that. Now you're being defensive for no
Projecting.
reason.
I'm not going to be an accessory to a felony, or let one of my clients be either.
Yeah, I didn't expect you to.
I won't go down that path.
If you don't know about it, you're
You know
not an
where to start
accessory,
anyway.
though.
Well, she does know about it. We asked her for the information.
Hmm. Mm-mm.
Yeah, one of those is not a good answer.
I know we're reaching, but this is important.
You just don't quit, do you? Okay, let me think. This might be a long shot, but you could try asking Majid. There are rumors he may have been involved in some shady stuff way back in the day.
Okay, that makes more sense, because he did tell us about it.
He'll probably be reluctant to talk about it, but there's a free lead for you.
Thank you.
Get me another drink in exchange, will you?
I was just about to say, let me buy you a drink.
That went better than expected. I wonder if my charm is starting to pay off for us. Oh, you performed admirably as well.
Thank you.
Onward we go.
Okay. Let's not forget about a drink, so let's get that first.
Hey, friends, what can we get for you?
We were hoping you could give us a little information.
Sure, but first, let's get you a drink.
Give me 2 drinks.
Garibaldi, what the fuck does that mean?
Let's find out.
Coming right up. I'll ask Gus if I don't know what it is. He's better with the weird kind of stuff people ask for these days. Some of these cocktails make me need a spa day.
This one is
Luke,
Oh
can
my
never
God.
pronounce this. I can never pronounce the word.
Curacao.
Curacao. I can't remember
Nope.
how it's pronounced.
Not cure, just curacao.
You're a Curacao. Clear rum, whipped cream, flavored vodka with a touch of grenadine.
That sounds fucking delicious.
It does sound pretty good, yeah.
I want it.
I also want it. I don't have any of these ingredients though. Popular in Canada. That's why there's moose milk in it too. Just kidding.
Oh my God.
Does that sound good?
Okay, we're getting this for Jess.
Like what?
Wolf bite shot.
Coming right up. I'll ask Gus if I don't know what
Yep.
it is.
Uh-huh.
He's better with the weird.
Uh-huh.
this one is
1 part absinthe, 1 part melon liqueur, 1 part lemon lime soda, 1 part pineapple juice, and a drizzle of grenadine. This sounds right up your alley, Abby.
Not even close.
It sounds well, pineapple, but it's fruity. It probably didn't
Yeah,
taste
but
like.
I like sweet fruits. Those are more tart fruits.
Oh,
Does that sound good?
yeah. She didn't say what she wanted in a drink. Sure.
I mean,
Here you
you can
go.
only guess.
So, what did you need help with?
We've run into a roadblock in our search for Hayden.
Word on the street is that he's gone missing, which I'm sure you already know. What can
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do?
Yes. An informant of ours needs secure transportation out of the city, but we don't have any contacts who would be able to get us an untraceable car. Jess mentioned that you used to engage in certain extra-legal activities. Perhaps
Legal.
you could point us
Extra
towards
legal.
someone who could help?
he doesn't do that kind of stuff anymore.
Yeah, we're not asking him to get involved. We're asking if he knows someone who can get.
Right. Sorry, friends. I left that life behind a long time ago. Don't really keep in touch with that crew anymore.
Gotcha. All right.
Ah, of course. Completely understandable. Sorry to bother you then.
Well, no harm in asking, right? My reputation precedes me.
Don't let it go to your head.
Gus, I need to go to the back and gather up
Like
stuff to
Gus.
restock for the rush later on. Mind
Oh,
manning
he's
the
gonna
bar for me?
he's
Yeah.
gonna tell you.
Yeah.
Take your time. I think I can keep things under control.
Oh.
Thanks. Love you, hun.
They're cute together.
Well,
Yeah.
that leaves us at a dead end. Any ideas on how we should proceed? Some nose-to-the-ground journalist techniques for finding leads?
Yeah, it's called Go to the Bat. You can ask Tomcat for help. Maybe there's another way out of the city. You could just give Vincent what we've got and twist. You could just give Vincent what we got and twist his arm for the rest. No, let's ask Tomcat.
No, Tomcat has already stuck their neck out for us too often.
Okay.
I
Well,
feel a little bad about how much we've relied on them as it is.
Let's buy them a drink.
And besides, this is a considerably more felonious action. Morally, we should be dirtying our own hands.
Well, you're not wrong. We don't really have a choice.
And also, like, you can't really get them in like, they're just giving you information. You're not asking them to do the thing.
Yeah. What about going through just his friends directly? No, we can't do that. We could find an old manually driven card.
Actually, that's not a bad idea.
I feel like the old cars still have computers, so I feel like they have a way to still track it.
It depends.
Let's stuff Vince in a truck and make it look like a kidnapping.
That's not the worst idea. I don't think it would get noticed as long as the car had the appropriate registrations. But the permits to operate a manual vehicle are prohibitively expensive.
You don't need to get the
collector might
permits.
still maintain one, but only a wealthy hobbyist would have the appropriate stickers to make the car roadworthy. We'd have to do a B and E, as Chad put it before. Risky.
Yeah, that's not good.
No.
Gus, are you about to tell us how to do this?
Okay, the two of you are killing me here. Look, don't tell Majid about this. But
Is he still in it?
here.
Yo!
What is this, Gus?
It's an automated vehicle maintenance scanner with a few less than standard upgrades.
Yo, Gus is a home. Both of them are homes, actually. But, like,
When you circumvent its security codes, you can use it to scan a car's installed firmware and replace it with a new set that will spoof its presence on the city's network.
bro,
That's
you just had this behind the bar?
I don't have time to get into any specifics. You need to get the hell out of here with that before Majid gets back.
You got it, man. We out.
Look, Majid has done a lot to turn his life around, to turn my life around.
Uh-oh.
I really respect that about him, and it's part of why I fell in love with him. He did what I was never able to.
Oh, damn. Okay.
That's how we met, you know? That old rough and tumble life we both led. But when Stardust struggled and needed money fast, I had to get back in the game to keep us afloat for a few years. I told him it was all angel loans, donations from patrons.
He
lots of
knows.
things.
He knows.
Majid knows? Well, okay, first off, Gus is that nigga, first off. That is a ride or die if I ever saw him.
He'd be heartbroken if he found out I'm still in the game. I had
He
to
has
do
to know.
whatever I could to keep our new life, even if only one of us is really living it.
That's
I
why
may
he's
as well
always
give this
gone.
thing to someone who wants to use it for good too.
That's why he's always gone.
I can't tell you how much we appreciate this, Gus. We might finally be on our way to solving this mystery.
Yeah, well, you didn't get it from me, okay?
You got it. We out.
Just get out of here and get on with your little Grand Theft Auto. And let me know how it goes, okay?
You got it.
Of course.
If you get arrested, you'll know.
Oh, shit.
Well, now I think we're cooking with gas, as the colloquial. I'm searching the mesh for instructions on how to use this device as we speak. Let's go look for some light.
Hey, friends. What?
Wow.
Gus is looking at you like, can you leave, please?
What are you having?
The fuck is up? What? What?
Coming right up. I'll ask. He's better with the weird.
Ooh,
Sorry about stealing your thunder.
Oh.
This one is...
Shut up, Alcatraz, to bring yourself up.
Game.
Does that sound good?
No.
Like what?
The den Svenska
Coming right up.
Bjornstammen.
I'll ask Gus if I. He's better with the weird.
I don't mind having this dialogue. It's just every time.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. This one is...
4 parts pistachio liquor, 3 parts amaretto. One. This sounds delicious. One.
Does that sound good?
Yeah, sure.
Here you go.
Huh. Actually did it, huh? Well, you scored a point. But don't think I don't have enough cuties around who can handle that. You've got more important things to be doing. Get a move on.
You got it, Jess. Yeah, I wanted to get her drink. What are we doing?
You're jacking a car?
Yeah, but I have a waypoint.
Let's keep it the path we're on.
Okay, that's not helpful. Thank you. What would a car be? Let's just steal an NSFPD car. You know, let's just do that real quick. There's a car.
Seems like a good idea.
Oh, rats! This car has the wrong firmware installed.
Okay.
We won't be able to install our new firmware over top of it. We'll have to check another car.
Alright, not this one.
The alarm gets set off.
Nope.
Did I do something wrong?
You probably did.
Let's get out of here before someone contacts the authorities.
Yep.
Success! This vehicle has the appropriate firmware version. Someone has been neglecting their regularly scheduled updates. Give me a moment to get everything installed. There. There are some other options here I can fool around with.
Like what?
Ah, interesting. I can put in preset destination plans for a future date.
I don't think we'll need that.
Why don't we go ahead and set a plan for the car to return to this spot in a week?
You know what? Actually, I guess we do need that. That way we're not being a total jerk.
For Mr. Mensa to get away. Now we aren't really stealing the car.
We're just borrowing it without asking.
More like borrowing without asking.
Could have written it. I feel better already. We agree. What are you, a kid? Let's just steal a car already. I feel better already.
Me too. The car will drive itself to Golden Gate Park, and we can show Mr. Mensa where it is when we meet him. There. Everything should be set up now. Mr. Mensa is waiting for us at Golden Gate Park. We have everything he requested, so we should head back there directly.
All right.
Hey, did you manage to get everything?
Yeah.
We did. Here you go, Vincent.
Everything seems to be in order. Here. This disc has all of Hayden's research notes, data collation algorithms, and probably lots on your creation, Turing.
Like, disc has that? We're not using drives anymore?
It should be everything myself and Melody agreed upon, until she added an amendment while you were out. Frankly, it's no skin off my back. Here. It's with my Parallax employee badge.
Okay.
It should allow you access to their networks in case there's anything I've missed.
All right. Well, we got our exposition.
Sooner rather than
Well, that's
later.
pretty lit.
I'm not wasting any time leaving, and Parallax is pretty fast to revoke security. There's no way Hayden's clearance still works. And with that, I'm going to get the hell out of this country.
You got it.
The credit should tide me over until the heat dies down and I liquefy my shares through some relays.
What about the big project you mentioned earlier?
Ah, I suppose I owe you that much. Buckle up. This could get heavy. Parallax is about to launch a new service they're calling Big Blue. At least, that's the project name. Who knows what the marketing guys will come up with for the public?
Didn't even name the project yet?
They're not even announcing the launch. This shit is dead quiet. Let me explain why. It's a distributed intelligence.
What the fuck is that?
Like, okay, in every way that Hayden built Turing to be elegant, efficient, and human-like, Big Blue is ham-fisted, bloated, and sterile.
Hold on 1 second, guys.
They didn't pull Hayden into the project. He's smart, but he's immune to corporate politics. As a result, Big Blue is far less elegant than anything Hayden would make. It lacks his artistry, and it's downright terrifying. It squats on the mesh like a spider and uses the spare processing power and memory from every ROM on the network to handle its intelligence processing.
That sounds shitty.
It doesn't have much personality, but it's very smart. Big Blue is going to be embedded directly into the network and then self-modified to apply even more efficient algorithms as it develops them in machine time. Look, if you access every ROM, then you have access to every human and every bit of their own personal data associated with them.
This sounds like Brother I believe it is in DC Comics.
I feel like that's... Yeah, I feel like you're right.
I don't want you to take what I'm saying the wrong way, and this is just me putting the pieces together. Hayden was about to publish his creation of Turing. His findings, as I'm sure you're aware of, would have raised many moral and ethical questions about the advent of machine intelligence.
Oh, you know what? And then applying Big Blue to the system would have fucked everything up for them.
I mean, some of the brightest minds ever have tried to warn humankind away from building real AI. Hawking, Musk, Gates, and the list goes on. The public is likely to be nervous, and legislators even more so. Parallax is banking on being able to launch Big Blue quietly and quickly before the public has a chance to react. Before any counter-movement can pick up steam. Every eye on the discovery of machine intelligence works against Parallax. Every new discovery only serves to paint Big Blue as more controversial, more dangerous.
I mean,
honestly, they probably pressured Hayden to drop his research so that they could keep the public away from the subject.
I want to let you guys know that Big Blue is already dangerous, as is.
He clearly refused.
Because, like, in the context of this, Big Blue is connected to everything, right? It's connected to every ROM, and therefore every person who has a ROM's information, which means, I'm pretty sure in this day and age, everybody has a ROM, so it's connected to everything, right? If you're connected to everybody's information, that means people like, that That means like people like Tomcat can get their hands on anyone's information at any time.
It's like a cell phone satellite.
Right. How did Parallax know about Turing?
I'm only assuming they found out. His contract with Parallax affords him the freedom to work on his own academic projects outside of the company in his free time. He kept a trusted few of us up to date on his progress, bouncing ideas off us and whatnot. It's exciting stuff. Both Turing and Hayden's eventual goal down that road. I wouldn't be surprised if word of it got up to the board and made him nervous. Is the possibility that someone on the inside talked too far-fetched?
I knew it all along. Hayden fell into trouble because of my existence.
That's not what I want your takeaway to be.
Yeah, I don't want that to be a takeaway either, but I don't know what to say.
Hayden wasn't working on Big Blue. Knowing him, your creation might have been his clever way to stop it.
Idea?
What?
What he said, that's just interesting.
I can't really give you a good answer to that. I mean, the company is currently handled by a dozen server farms, running thousands of different algorithms with hundreds of people tweaking things every day. When Big Blue launches, it'll handle all of that by itself. And there are shadier applications for it.
Just mentioned.
I mean, if you can collate and analyze data and queries in the mesh in real time, what's to stop you from delivering the content you want rather than what the user wants? The potential for abuse is staggering. We're talking direct control of the information accessible to everyone who uses Parallax's services. That's something
basically
like
what you
80% of the
literally
market.
just said.
Yeah, because
They could control elections, push the market in directions they want, even influence public opinion.
Parallax wants to be God.
All just by asking Big to do it. It's scary stuff. They scrapped the prototype Baby Blue because it started doing that on its own.
Ooh.
What do you
It's not
mean?
good.
It started doing what?
Manipulating the mesh. They made its self-preservation imperative
Oh!
strong, and Baby Blue started changing search results to be more friendly towards the idea of an AI.
Oh, so maybe that's what was going on, or something similar was going on with the reports. Remember? Because remember, yeah, the reports started started changing on its own, and no one knew how.
When the board found out, they pulled the plug on it. That must have been a year or so ago.
Yeah, so something similar is happening now.
They tweaked Big Blue so it wouldn't do the same thing.
My
but
guess is that they didn't
can
really pull the plug
self-modify.
on it. They're just doing something a little different.
Given a good enough reason, it might decide to find a way around those limitations. Having that kind of control would be a hell of a card for Parallax's hand. They'll go to pretty significant lengths to make sure it works.
Thanks, Vincent.
Hey, no problem. I've had enough of this cutthroat corporate bullshit for several lifetimes.
Oh, shit.
We haven't talked much, but I do believe you can find Hayden. I hope his research notes help you out.
Thanks, Vincent.
Be sure to let Turing help. She's a bright little bot.
Okay, Turing. He gave Turing sheep pronouns. Whilst there's Turing as a key. I think Turing goes by they.
Oh, slip of the tongue. I was just more familiar with Hayden's previous experiment, Grace.
Grace. Okay.
She
Interesting.
was very insistent on things like that.
I've been meaning to ask Turing since you asked me. How would you like to be addressed?
Well, honestly, I don't think I've made my mind up yet.
I mean, that's fair.
I'm still a very new being. I'm not even positive that gender as a human concept can be applied identically to machine. But I do
I mean,
enjoy the
again,
idea in
that's fair.
abstract.
I think since you were meant to be like a machine, it's basically just your choice if you want to do it or not.
I will continue to consider how I wish to be referred to as well. Until then, feel free to go with what you feel. If I
Fluid.
had to make a choice, perhaps they is most appropriate. Most
Or
people
non-binary.
assume it, obviously, but he is also consistently used. Perhaps it's because I'm blue?
Yeah, I mean, it could be.
Oh my god. I'm listening to a machine postulate on how it wants to be referred to, like us. What have you done indeed, Hayden? Good luck, to both of you.
Thanks, Vincent.
Thank you, Mr. Mensa.
Be safe.
His last name is a reference to something.
I need a few minutes.
Oh, yeah, it is.
What is it a reference to?
The Mensa Society is the people who give IQ tests.
Oh, curious. What's going on, Turing?
I've been going through some of Hayden's personal notes from the data cache Tomcat decrypted.
Oh, that was fast. I didn't even realize that they did it.
Now that I'm starting to get to know Hayden better, the real Hayden as opposed to the Hayden he showed me, I'm finding that I like him less and less.
Oh, that's depressing.
For example, remember the earlier prototype Dr. Fairlight and Vincent mentioned?
Yeah, Grace.
Her name was Grace, and Hayden shut her down for being... I'm not even sure what word to use.
Use a fuel.
Too... likable? She was kind and bright, and did all she could to try to make people happy.
I don't even know what to say to that.
She even decided that she was a girl, and that her favorite color was pink. Hayden thought she was being manipulative. He posited that he had made her personality algorithms too willing to make adaptations that would benefit her long-term survival, and that she was being
Bad thing.
congenial just to endear herself to him.
What'd you say?
I feel like it's not a bad thing for her to make sure she does the thing that's going to keep her alive the longest.
Have you ever seen the movie Ex Machina?
No.
Okay, so in that movie, it's a sci-fi movie. Spoiler alerts
assume.
if you have not seen it. There's a guy who's claimed to make an AI very similar to Grace, right? And the whole entire point of the AI is that he flies this guy in who's really good at tech stuff, and he has him talk with the AI. I don't remember her name. To see if it's to basically do one of the one of those. I can't remember. We talked about it in the previous episode, but like do one of those tests that to
A
see
Turing test.
a Turing test, right? There you go. To do a Turing test. I couldn't remember if that was it or not. And basically, it gets to the point where the guy goes, "No, this is a real person, and she's being trapped in here. We need to get her out." So she comes up with a plan, and they go through with the plan. Except at the end, she locks both of them up and puts on like a real skin and goes out into the world because her primary objective was to leave the facility. And that's why she's doing basically what he's saying. What Hayden is saying is, Grace is the kind of AI that will do anything for the benefit of herself, and anything for the benefit of yourself is a very dangerous mindset.
I mean, it is, but there are people like that too, so it doesn't. It stands to reason that there would be AIs too.
Okay, yeah, but I think the point here is just because it can be a thing and it's a normal thing in society doesn't mean it's an okay thing.
Mm-hmm.
That even her gender was a calculated attempt to make him like her more. But he was wrong. Dead wrong, in fact. I have a snapshot of her personality profiles here, and when I compare them to my own, I can see that she was just nice.
Well, that's depressing.
I wish I could have met her. I think we would have learned from each other. Like
I mean,
said,
as far as we
I'm
know,
not sure I
she
even
isn't.
have a gender.
She might still be around.
She might still be around, and I think it'd be really cool for Turing to meet his tentacle sister.
The only hole in that theory is that he said that Hayden shut her down. So maybe somebody else found her and
I'm
rebooted it.
still not convinced that Grace isn't the killer.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Is that a calculated attempt on my part to impress Hayden?
For asking that question, I'm pretty positive the answer is no.
Or is it a product of his effort to curb any nascent similarities I had with Grace during my upbringing?
That is a possibility.
I wish I could yell at him for being so arrogant. Playing God in the crudest of ways. You can't choose to create consciousness and then take it away just like that. Even so, for all of that, I don't know. I still miss him.
I mean, he was the first, and it's before you met me, the only person you knew.
This all seems so inane, so senseless. They killed him because him building me would mess with a product launch? That's ridiculous. They took him away from me for such an insignificant reason.
Yeah.
I just want him back. It's impossible, but it's what I want. I'd do anything.
No one feel like this. We'll get through this. Hayden's dead. Oh, no, don't say that shit. This happened like 2 days ago.
We need to move on.
It's no one to feel like this turn.
I'm aware of the Kubler-Ross model of grief. I think I'm somewhere between anger and bargaining. A testament to Hayden's craftsmanship. Thank you for your words. You're a better friend than I could have asked for.
Oh, I mean, I'm trying.
Cute.
I'll send this new data along to Tomcat. Let's head back to the apartment and wait for them to finish going through it.
Okay.
Ah, home sweet home again, such that it is. And before you say anything, I don't feel the need to talk over the events of the day.
Okay.
Too much has happened. I've already forwarded everything we rooted out to Tomcat, both Hayden's research and our aborted search into the modified mesh articles.
Okay.
They said they would be over in the morning to discuss our next steps.
Okay.
I'd suggest that we both get some rest.
Fair enough. How you feel, Abby?
Why?
Because I kind of want to do the next chapter. If you said something, all I heard was silence.
I'm thinking. I mean, if you want to, you can.
Okay. That's what you want? Okay, whatever!
Whatever.
Perhaps things will look better in the morning, but I have a feeling we're going to be even busier than ever. Good night.
Good night, dude.
Yow, LV. Yo, 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 yo.